So I guess everybody have their opinion about the Brooklyn heist, about the Brooklyn pastor and masked men came in, took the jewelry. I mean, because everybody's saying we buy gold. So, that's always a hot commodity. People get their chain snatched all day. You know what I'm saying? LA is becoming a no-fly zone very quickly. But that's LA. I'm thinking back in the. I'm reminiscing. We talking about Brooklyn. Yeah, pretty bad. I would say isolated incident. Yeah. A lot of times these pastors, they just doing super well. Creflo Dollar just came out with, his apology that he thinks he misinterpreted the tithing scriptures. But this whole thing of black culture of, hey, prey on other blacks because they're gonna show you a little bit more mercy, or stop when you flex on somebody. The wrong people are noticing you, or so. Or the fact that I'm not going to work, in order to get $400,000 worth of jewelry and a Rolls Royce and a Maserati, that's not work. You're not working for somebody, sir. You're not working for somebody. You're, you know what I'm saying? You're doing extra, you're doing something else. So both the robbers and probably the pastor is looking down on hardworking men like myself. Along with most of the young, naive, brainwashed black community. And who are they being brainwashed by? The music industry. Hollywood. They promote that. Oh, you a lame. You work for somebody else. I'm a boss. And they're like, yeah, talk that boss shit. And they all workers. All the white people. They like, yeah, talk that boss shit. And they all work for somebody. Because they're programmed. They're already programmed. This is how I'm going to succeed. I gotta work for somebody. Period. Fuck all that dumb shit. Fuck all that dumb shit they talking about. I gotta work for somebody. That's how everybody else is. With us, we're the ones brainwashed into thinking we don't have to work for nobody. Then we starve it. Now we run it up in the church. We starve ourselves by not working. Regular ass job. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta get out the mud. Well, not everybody's like this. Boom. I don't need to work for nobody because I could just go out there and I can get it out the mud. Not everybody's like that. Capitalism isn't even built like that. Capitalism is built like you get a job and then you progress and then then whatever side gigs you have on the side, you build that. But it's not even it's the whole culture. It's funny because the pastors, if you think about it, the pastors was the first people to introduce the hood to the Jesus piece. Who else was wearing the Jesus piece? Who was the first people wearing the Jesus? It had to be the pastor. He could afford it, and it was a Jesus piece. So kids growing up inside the church that became drug dealers grabbed the Jesus piece. They had that back then. They had the suits like Nicky Barnes or Frank Lucas. They had the suits. So yeah, they had the Jesus piece too, looking like the Reverend too. Popping up looking just like the Reverend. Like, you got yours, I got mine. You know what I'm saying? You ain't saying, you ain't over me. The flexing. You know what I'm saying? Back then. So, but the flashy cars. the reverends will have a nicer car than the congregation to show a symbol of him being blessed. Satan rules the world with all the riches in it. So, you know what I'm saying? Get in the bag. What type of who bless you? What God? Which God bless you? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying God wants you to be poor, but Satan is rich as fuck. So, you know what I'm saying? Satan owns the world banks. You know what I'm saying? The world, the people that own the world banks. I said too much. So, the pastors came out with the big cars. And the kids look at that. Yeah. The kids looking at the pastor. It's like, oh, and that became future drug dealers or hustlers. It's like, yeah, I want that car too. So it's funny how the pastor influenced drug dealers to look a certain way, with the Jesus piece and the big flashy car. And then that influenced the hip hoppers to look a certain way. The Adidas jumpsuit, the gold ropes, stuff like that. To people, oh, I need a Jesus piece. People like, where they get that from? Obviously from the pastor. So it's funny how it went full circle in this ordeal we have in Brooklyn, and come to find out he might have embezzlement criminal record, and he was also trying to defend the black dude that did the Brooklyn shooting. So he's trying to be out there in the spotlight, and because of that. But Doggy Diamonds TV, he said the pastor's good people. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna roll with Doggy Diamonds. I'm gonna roll with Doggy Diamonds TV. Official opinion. He is the voice of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Where he grew up with Biggie and Jay. To say the least, he grew up with a lot of MCs, so it's always a pleasure to hear him and stuff like that. Somebody said, yeah, like Jay-Z, and he was like, he said something foul. He betted something foul. Oh man, but I was like, yeah, he said a couple of stories of of Jay, but they all in Brooklyn. How you gonna not know him? Did you all grew up on Brooklyn? You know what I'm saying? In Brooklyn, how you gonna not know him? So, and New York is out a buster town. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's out there trying to make a name. So, everybody's standing out. Stands out. Everybody stands out. So, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. So that's Brooklyn right there. So yeah, maybe. And then they saying maybe it's the inside because some people was just looking too calm. Well, that's number 2, huh? Well, I mean, whatever it is, it's and then here's the aspect about the youth, right? The youth, it's the lowest rates in believing in God. I mean, because there's so much information, and then now you want people to believe that somebody just wave their hands and a whole universe was created, wave their hands again, and then animals were created, wave their hands again, Adam, and then you forgot about God forgot to, or didn't want to at first, make a woman for Adam. That sounded kind of Catholic, predatory Catholic right there. that's what that sounded like. That sounds sus. That sounds LGB right there. Rainbow. You gonna make man and not twins. Not Beyonce and Rihanna. I'd have made Beyonce and Rihanna. Boop boop. Like, who can join this perfection? Boom. Oh man, Beyonce, Rihanna, Megan Fox. Scarlett Johansson, mix it up a little bit. Mia Khalifa. Oh man. Oh man. I almost forgot. Oh man. Oh, I almost forgot. I supposed to make man. That fucker. You know what I'm saying? Let me wait off a couple of weeks. Ladies, are you okay? Oh, you're fine? Oh, okay. No, but religion is. My thing is how you gonna let Satan infiltrate all religions? Like, pedophilia is a ancient Babylonian satanic ritual. It's a ritual of the demonic way of trying to become immortal. Instead of God's way, the soul being immortal, so you want to be immortal here on earth right now, and it doesn't even work. You're not stealing youth from the girl, from these kids. So I don't know what I'm, and for the Catholic Church to be paying people off, to not have any type of severe discipline, to not, to get these people in other churches, it's just unexcusable. Then they know what they're doing, Satan is infiltrated. Not to mention that the Catholic Church has a telescope named Lucifer, and inside the Catholic Church, it looks like a big old serpent. He with a serpent on one of his dress robes. He's worth $16 million. The Pope currently, or the fact that Islam is, they use ISIS to justify they use Islam to justify ISIS. That's insanity. They'd be like, oh, Islam means peace and equality and what, suicide bombs? Like what's going on right there? That's not how you win a war. Stop it. But lo and behold, and Jews, that how you just gonna have a stereotype, a conspiracy theory, and an NFL team. And NFL franchise is like, dude, I say no more with them. You can't even. They even made laws where you can't even discuss some of the things that they about. Religion is trash. It is just trash. It's the Crips. The leader of all bloods. Is you know what I'm saying? Is there a vice lord, leader of all disciples? Like, why? Is there a black disciple, leader of the gangster disciples? Like, what's going on here? Why is worst enemies? Is white people the leader of black movement? Yeah. Yes, it is. White liberals, yeah. I guess they're gonna do that ritual. When they do that, I'm more than willing and available. That was part of me half sleep talking. But yeah, so religion's trash. People are knowing this, people are seeing it, and people are reacting to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, would it happen 50 years ago, or would it happen with that shooting that happened in that happened in the church? That shooting that happened in the church, with that, killing those, in 2015, we didn't see that happen again. It wasn't really over how much money you have. It was really over. You know what? I'm dozing off, so I'm babbling. I apologize. So you got these factors of the youth are not listening to adults because they was waiting on the inheritance that never came. They was like, y'all left us this. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck was y'all been doing for the last 20 years? And then so you got their disdain towards adults that haven't gave them much. Their disdain between Popeye's chicken. What am I talking about? Not they disdain for Popeye's chicken. I'm sorry. They disdain from the church. Church is chicken. They disdain from church, from religion. The fact that he was, out there being trying to be a community activist, pulling up in foreigns, dude. I think the worst part is the whole thing of not believing in older generations or and the church, But this little quagmire just saw, and then there's the hint of an inside job. So it was like the perfect storm. Actually, to be honest, it was really the perfect storm and stuff. But this is where we at. I mean, right now the media, they have on like 8 different shows a gay couple, but the statistics in the world shows that 1 out of every 89, 1 out of every 10,000 is a gay couple on Earth. So the fact that the fact that you're going to see it and then look at something else on certain many amount of channels, that does put a certain weight on you. So, and have you decide on something else. I'm gonna have to delete this one. I'm gonna throw it up anyway. But yeah, I mean, what are we really giving to the youth? You know what I mean? Like, for real though, what can we really give to them? What have we left them for them to respect? Everybody always talk about the youth. Who you think raised them or didn't raise them? This is how we don't raise them. We started off like, hey, I don't want to go to church no more, and it ended up like something like this. But this whole thing about religion, everybody down it. Oh, the Christian is a slavery and stuff like that. You never even read the Bible. You read certain passages. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about other translations. Aramaic, Greek, Hebrew, Egyptian hieroglyphics, the cuneiform, 22,000 tablets, the Book of Enoch, the Apocrypha. It's just so much. We just cram it into this book and say, believe or don't. You know what I mean? It's so much of that Bible. When they first written the Bible 6,000 years ago, it was on tablets. It was written in stone. We call that region of Mesopotamia, Sumer and Babylon. We call that region Mesopotamia. That region today is now Iraq. When they bombed Iraq, they even said it on the news. It was priceless artifacts. That was pieces of our original Bible. So I guess Uncle Sam wanted that part of history wiped out. In LA, we got something called the Citadel. Next time you go to the Citadel and you see those ancient, the ancient gods, or that's what they were, ancient gods. That's the ancient drawings, on the Citadel when you first enter. When you see the outside of it, that's the Sumerians. So they're implying that Sumeria, in Sumer, they built citadels. That's our first known civilization where we invented the wheel, we invented fire in ancient Sumer, and we had libraries, and that libraries we call today is called the Bible. So the Bible is really a library. It's a library. The Bible is really a library of books. And the Council of Nicaea in 325, this is 6,000 years later. 5,500 years later, the Council of Nicaea, not in the original scripts, original cuneiform tablets, but in other scribes, maybe Latin or anything like that. They did a translation. They took books out. The books they took out, they put in a vault they called the Apocrypha. In this vault is the Book of Enoch. It's been other versions have been founded, and they talk about watchers and fallen angels, how they interacted with man, how they taught man fire. They taught man fire and how to make swords and military strategies. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. So there's a lot to that book other than just reading it and believing, and it's gonna happen, you know. So, and it's lost scriptures because it's lost, and especially to the youth. When they was little kids, we all listening to 90s hip gangster rap. So now they got their version of gangster rap called drill, and they took it to another level, So, so we're at this point now. So yeah, if it's not about race and it's about economics, then we lost and they won without firing one shot because they control the economics, so they control us. If it's not about race, if it's not about morals, if it's not about principles, if it's not about integrity, if it's about the bag, then they've won without firing one shot. They own us. They still own us. They own most of the world. The only people they don't own are the people with integrity. And that, I guess that's the true God inside of you. Peace.